Hello and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we will be completing our authentication part where we have already done our login section. Now we will be continuing with the registering part. So in the previous lecture, when we were working with this, we were facing certain difficulties right here. Like whenever I was trying to sign up, I was getting this particular ID like login successful, then login failed. Okay. After searching for a lot, we were unable to find out the output. But yeah, when I was checking it later on, I got to know that we were having some problems with the backend part. Okay. Like if you will reach here, you can see this is the user controller.js file that we were created. Okay. Now inside this file, if I will minimize this out, and if you will check right here, what we are returning uh, response.status 200. Inside that, we are just returning success, user logged in successfully, but we also have to return token. So in that case, I wanted to make sure that we return the token as well. Okay. Then only when the token will be returned, in that case, only we will be able to log in our user. Okay. Like here you can see the backend. Okay. Now let me just make sure to hit the front end part. Okay. And let me do one thing. Let me put the terminal inside this. I'm gonna restart our application. Okay, so you can see that we have restarted it. Now I'm gonna enter a very basic password that I have created. So be at the rate gmail.com and the password is 123. Okay. I'm gonna hit login successful. Now you can see that it's saying login successful, login successful. Okay. And if you will check right here, it should also return something here, which I don't think so it's giving. So we will check that out also later on in the paths. Okay. Yeah. So we will be checking that out also that why it's not returning us the output. Okay. So don't worry about that. But yeah, you can see that in the front end part, we are successfully able to fetch out all the things. And yeah, it looks perfect to me right now. Now, what we have done, we have successfully completed this login section. Now we will be creating the same for our registering part. Okay. So what we can do inside our register user, we can just go to, let me minimize this backend. Yeah. And talking about the code, so code will be available on my GitHub. So you can have a look there. You can go check on my GitHub, and there inside this you can see Pocket ID, GFG frontend, Pocket ID, GFG backend. In that you have all the database already present. Okay. So now let me just go here and right inside of this, I'll just hit back, and as soon as I hit back, you can see that we have been exited out, right? So what I'll do now, I'll just hit again Flutter run so that you will be still able to see our data back here. Okay. Now inside this registering screen, you have sign up, right? So you will be able to see that inside the sign up, it's saying already have an account. So in this case, what you can do, you can redirect yourself to another page that I'll just quickly create here. Okay. I'm gonna name it as sign in. Okay. To sign in dot and okay. So this is login. Login.dart and registering.dart. So let me just make sure to rename this out. So now you can see that we are getting this. Inside that, I'll just import package flutter material.dart. Is it's taking a little bit of time to load itself? Yeah. But after that, it will be successfully able to load this out. Okay, so import We just do one thing. Let me go inside our login screen, and from here, I'm basically just going to copy this out and paste this out. Then right inside this, we have our very own set of register stateful widget. So STF, and I'm just gonna rename that as register. We have created the register here. So here also it's register, right? Just do one thing. Let me add alt, alt. And I'm gonna change the name to no. That will be fine. Now you can see we have added a login here. So this has become our login page, and this will be our registration page. Okay, so should we redirect it to login? Now here we have created already our register. Okay. Now we'll go back here, and here inside the home page, instead of home page, it should return register page. That's it. So we have created our register page. Everything looks perfect. Now, what I'll just do, I'll copy out most of the front end part from here, inside the login section. I'm gonna, instead of already have an account, I'm gonna write create an account like that. And in that, I'm gonna just enter sign up. That's it. Now inside the sign up, you will be redirected to this particular page right there. And now what you have here, login, everything looks perfect. Sign up, sign in. Yeah. So let me just load this out real quick. So inside this return, what I'll do, I'll just make sure to add some input. What I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go inside login right here. And inside this scaffold, I'm gonna return this particular scaffold here. Okay. Copy scaffold, return. Okay. Now this scaffold will be returning right here. This looks perfect. Reusable field email controller will be added here just in a minute. Instead of login user, I'll remove this out and create an account. Instead of create an account, I'm gonna add already an account. Then down here, push replacement. Okay. So we have done main part right here. What we have done, we have changed it to push replacement, navigator dot push replacement, and also we have changed this to sign in instead of sign up right there. Okay. Rest everything will be same. So instead of this forget password, which should not be there, let me just reload our application. So before reloading, I'll just quickly add our controllers. Okay. So let me just copy out these controllers as well. Now our error has been successfully resolved. Let me restart it. Okay. So you can see that inside register, we are not getting anything here. Let me do one thing. Let me totally restart our application. Okay. Just give it a minute. Let us run. Inside login, we have everything perfect. Let's check. So inside the login, you have pocket ID. And right after this pocket ID, forget password, then login and sign in. Sign up. Okay. So create an account, then sign up. Okay. So as soon as I click on sign up, now you can see that we have sign in. So already have an account, sign in like that. Okay. And by doing this also, we are removing this application from the memory. Like sign up, sign in. Okay. Yeah. Let me add a push replacement again and again so that the data should not be there in the memory again and again. So now, if you will have a look, so it's a navigator.push replacement. So sign up, sign in. If you will hit back, it will be fully logged out. Like if I hit back, see, it's gone, right? So that's why I'm saying that we are writing push replacement so that it should be totally logged out of the application once we are doing this. Okay? Now, let me main part of this is done. The front end part is done. Now, let me do one thing. Let me just create a basic logic for registration. Okay. So inside registration, let's quickly go here and we will start with our authentication. So auth providers. Inside auth providers, we will be creating for register. This was for login. Now we are going to create for registers from here. Okay. That's it. Let me go to the auth provider. Inside auth provider, so we will start for register here. Like main code will be same, but yeah, still we will start with register. So will be static future. Inside the future, we will write for string. Inside string, I'm gonna ask for register user. So register user. Okay. Now inside register user, you have what? You have your own set of questions. Like for example, email and password. So you have to first enter whether you want an email or password. Okay. So let's add that here. I'm gonna enter string email comma string password. Okay, that's it. Now async. Inside the async, we are going to basically try a few things. So it will be telling us what you will be trying or what you are going to try. So we can have a look in that. Okay. We are going to try a very basic thing here, which will be try. Now inside try, it's gonna ask for what you are going to give first. Okay. Inside the try, firstly we are going to store we are going to declare our var request body. Okay, so request body equals to email and password. So this will be storing our email and password. So we will be firstly assigning our email password to this request dot body. Now inside that we will also use our proper registering. Okay. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use our register here. So inside that var response, so where response equals to await, then http dot post. The HTTP will be posting some data. So inside post, what you're going to write, you're going to write URI dot parse. So this URI dot parse here. Inside parse, we are going to give register. Okay, the string which we have already created above in the sense, let me show you. So this register is already created here. That's what we are going to use. Okay, we are basically using a register here, and right after register, we will be using this and starting to work inside register. After here, we are going to call for headers. So headers, inside headers, it's content type. So content type will be application.json and body will be JSON encode response.body. Okay. It basically request body, the data that you are trying to request here. Hmm. Now, right after this, we are going to write a condition that if response dot status code equals to 200, then you do what? You write var JSON response equals to JSON decode. So JSON decode, inside JSON decode response dot body. So we are going to basically decode this response dot body if the status code is 200. Okay. And right, we'll write the condition that JSON response, and inside the JSON response we will ask for message. So message if that is equals to user registered successfully. So user registered successfully. uh, Then you do what? You will be printing that user has been registered successfully. And then you will return, in our case, technically it's not currently there. So I'll be giving it later on. Okay. And we'll add an else condition here. In the else statement, you will write print registration failed, and then you will be returning the message why it's failing. Okay. So this is done. And right after this, what you are going to do, you are going to write the condition for this bigger else. So if the status code is not 200, then you will ask something else. Like for example, print server error, and then you will ask for status code, or also you can ask for response dot body. Okay. Now, right after this, we have our try. So definitely, if you are trying something, you have to catch as well. So we are going to catch the error. So in case of any error, it's gonna print that we are facing error. Okay, that's it. So our authentication part has been successfully completed. Now let's go to register here, and inside this register, we will be creating our data. So inside register, we are going to call for it. I'm gonna call void register user if async. Now inside this async, it's going to ask that if our email controller. Okay. So email controller dot next dot is not empty. Okay. And password controller dot text dot is not empty. Then you do what? Then you write is start equals to await auth provider dot register user, and then you will be writing your particular data. So okay. like email controller dot text and password. Okay, so password edit password controller dot text. Okay, so that's what we are going to give it here. Now, why we are getting this error? So, parameter type string cannot be assigned as parameter type. We have to see what we have done here. I'll go to my auth provider, and inside our auth provider, we will just have a look for basic data. Let me do one thing. Let me add some or return some data here. So what we will do for if condition that if we are returning, then I can return something. Let's return none for now. Return null and something like that. Okay. But yeah, we have to see that whether boolean is registered is not working well. Okay, so save this. We will check for it once. Let me first see that if the user is registered, then we will enter something. So if the user is successfully registered, we are going to give registration successful. Okay, and we will be navigating our user to some particular location. So navigator dot push replacement. Okay, but instead of login, we will redirect them to homepage. Okay, that's it. Otherwise, we will return some error that will be denoting that else login has been failed. And yeah, we'll also make sure to see, let's keep it like that for now. Value of string type cannot be set with the parameter boolean. Actually, we have to make sure that whether this auth provider is giving something or not. So if we will phase two, then it should be the error was here. We have to return boolean here. Okay? So if we will return boolean, then only we will be able to work here. Okay. So let's just check for this. I'll have a look that, okay, so what we will do, we will return here false for this line and for other lines as well. In this case, return false, and for this case as well, we will be returning our statement as false. Okay. So now you can see that all of our errors has been resolved and everything seems to be done. So now let me just restart server. So what restart? So already our sign in works. Let's go for sign up. And here I'm gonna write a@gmail.com. And you will hit password 123 and I'll hit sign in. So yeah, I forgot to add the particular when we are pressing the sign in button. I have to also use register users. Yeah, right. Now let's see it should work properly. So I'll hit, yeah, you can see registration has been successful. And if you will go to the backend, let me have a look to the backend. is exactly happening here. You can see that we are getting some sort of error because we have given the minimum length to be 6. That's why we are facing error. But yeah, apart from that, you can see that uh, verification has been failed. But if you will this time go and click on to log out, you will be able to do that. Okay. Now, what I'll do quickly, I'll add this logout field as well here. Okay. So inside this, we will go to navbar. I guess what was the name? We named it as utilities. Yeah, nav drawer. So inside this nav drawer, if you will see, we have ourselves very basic logout feature. Okay. So inside this logout feature, we should be able to do it. I'll go to utilities. Okay. Utilities. Inside the utilities, I'm going to create users.dart. Okay. So this will be a very basic file which will be named it as users.dart. Now I'm going to do class. So firstly, let me import package letter material.dart. Okay, and easy loading as well. That's it. We are going to import two files here, package letter material.dart, and then after this, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna write class user management with change notifier. Okay. Inside that, what we are firstly going to give strings and something which you can add, but currently I'm not going to add that. Okay. Later on, we'll be adding that part. Now, inside that, I'm gonna create a function called logout. Okay. And this will be taking context for the reference of the logout. Now, inside the logout, I'm gonna write easy loading dot show. Okay. And inside the show, I'm gonna call in for status. Now, what it will show that you are logging out. Okay. Dot 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 and semicolon. After that, what I'm gonna write future dot delay. Okay. Now, inside that, I'm gonna write const duration. So inside the duration, I'm gonna add for seconds. That will be 2. So for 2 seconds, I need this function to run. Okay. Now, at till that time, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna call something that is easy loading dot dismiss. So after 2 seconds, I need that easy loading should be dismissed, and then you will add navigation dot push replacement, and here what you will write builder dot here. Inside this new route, I'm gonna write material page route, and inside this builder, I'm gonna call for context, and this context will redirect us to const login. Okay, so we will be redirected to login page. Okay. So our users has been created. Now let's go back to this nav drawer, and inside this nav drawer, what I'm gonna do, see, we will redirect ourselves to this logout page, and as soon as we press logout, on tapping here, we want that our user management should be called out. So user management dot logout, okay, dot logout, okay, and this will be using and text. That's it. Yep. So I think so now it should work properly. Let me hot reload it and let's click on log out. So you can see it takes 2 seconds logging out, and you can see now you are back to this old screen. Okay. And same thing you can add here as well. Like if you need to create a login function as well, you can simply create login function as well. Okay. Name for login. You can see that you have created a login user, string password, and async, and then you can just give it there and redirect yourselves to any sort of location. Like for example, navigator dot or context dot something something. Yeah. So you can even run it like this, and yeah, it will be working successfully. Okay. So I hope you have understood whatever we have done so far, right? So this was all that we have created. On a day, which day is it? I guess 15, right? Mr. Download. Okay, fine. That's it. So we will go to GitHub, and inside the GitHub, you can see that all the data has been updated here. You can have a look. Last was the 14 login integration. So let's commit our D15, sync changes, and that will be it. You can see it has been committed, and I'll just reload here so you will be able to see it out. Okay. Yeah, you can see that it's available right here. Okay. So I hope you have understood whatever we have done so far. If you have any sort of doubts and queries, comment down below. And if you have any suggestions, you can connect with me here on any of my profiles. Share this video among your friends who wants to create such an amazing application using Flutter. And if you have any doubts, any queries, any suggestions, just let me know. Okay. So this was pretty much it for this video. I will catch you in the next one where we will be continuing it and ending this very soon. I guess one or two more videos it will hardly take to complete this project. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Till then, see ya. Have a great day and bye bye.